Hi, my name is Melissa, and I'm going to demonstrate how to saddle a horse. Okay, so let's imagine you're riding along a trail, and all of a sudden you're sliding, you're sliding, you're sliding. Oh my gosh, your saddle's coming loose. You look at the ground, the horse is trotting along, that ground's arriving pretty quickly. What do? And how hard is that ground going to feel if that saddle comes all the way off and you hit the ground? The importance of saddling a horse properly is to prevent these things from happening, is to protect your horse and to protect the rider. I work out at Hilltop Stables and I give the riding lessons out here. I've also worked with polo ponies for 10 years. I grew up on horses, and as How to Saddle a Horse states, it's important for the safety of the horse and the rider. And you want to saddle your horse properly so that this horse does not freak out when you come at them with a saddle, and you can ensure everyone a safe ride. So we're going to start with making sure that your horse has been groomed properly. This involves removing any dust, debris, and dirt. And I've already done this. This is Shadowfax. He's my personal horse here. I've already removed all the dust and dirt, and so this means that any saddle, when we put the saddle pad on him and when we put the saddle on him, it's going to prevent any kind of rubbing. Much like if you're walking along and you get sand down in your sock and it rubs, we don't want that to happen to our horse. So I'm going to start with the saddle pad. When you place the saddle pad on the horse, we want to make sure that I'm going to introduce it to him, and I'm going to place it on the horse. Now I want it to be equal on both sides, and I'm going to place it high on his withers. Okay? Okay, so now that I've got this step done, we're going to go get the saddle. Hey, Shadowfax. My Western saddle, I have already got the girth laid up over the seat, as well as the breast collar laying on the seat. I also have my stirrup hooked up onto the horn. This is all coming from the right side. Why I do this? Well, I do this so that when I'm placing the saddle on the horse, those stirrups and the girth and the breast collar don't go flying off and hitting him on the other side, hitting his legs, maybe spooking him or banging him in the side. We want to invite our horse to go for a ride. We don't want to just sling things on them and expect them to take it and be respectful back to us. So when I get the saddle on him, he's going to accept it and know that I've done it in a gentle manner. Western saddles tend to be a little heavier than the English saddles, so I'm going to show you how to put this Western saddle on. Luckily, he is my height and he's not very tall, but the same principle applies despite the size of your horse. Okay, so here's the saddle. Like I've already said, I've got my horn, my saddle stirrup over my horn, and I've got my girth over the seat, as well as my breast collar, okay? I usually let him smell it, and that way he knows it's coming and I'm not surprising him. All right, so then I'm going to stand next to his left shoulder, and I'm going to swing back and then up and place it on him. I didn't shove it on him or drop it on him. I placed it, okay? Now I can scoot the saddle back a little bit. I want it back behind his shoulder blade here. That way he's got room to move. All right. Then I'm going to hug my horse. I'm going to go to the other side. Now I'm going to drop down the stirrups. Yep. And now I'm going to push him back over so we're not all up in your face. Go. I'm going to lean under on the left side. I don't want to go this way, and I don't want my face near his back feet because I don't want to get kicked should he all of a sudden just jump up and start kicking. So what I'm going to do is lean under here and just grab the girth like so. And then I'm going to undo my cinch, my latigo, and put it through. And we always go back and staying against the fur, okay? And then I'm going to pull until it's taut, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go across here to where it makes the number 7. Okay, And then back here, it makes a number 4. And then go up underneath the D-ring. And I'm going to come up. Now I've got a knot, a little loop here. And I'm going to take the tail and put it through the loop. Then I'm just going to keep pulling until it tightens and feeding each one of these through. I have this tail here. I like to tuck mine here just to keep it out of the way. Some folks like to keep it down. For this purposes right now, I'm just going to keep it down. Now this is loose, but I want just a little bit of a tug. All right, this could cause the saddle to slip, so I'm going to pull up a little bit more. Now notice I'm not yanking him up. I'm not beating him in the sides. I'm just pulling up. Okay, so now I've got to do the breast collar. And I'm going to reach around here. I'm going to give my horse a big old hug while I find the breast collar. And I'm going to take this around like so. My breast collar hooks onto the D-ring of my saddle. And so I'm going to push this through. And then he's got different holes, so we're just going to buckle it. Now when you do the breast collar, you want to make sure that it's centered in his chest, as well as centered up underneath here in the girth. If it's pulled, it's going in between his legs, and it goes over to the sides, it can rub his legs, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this and fasten this, and I've got this extra long because I ride different horses, and so I don't want to cut off all my extra leather should I need to expand. Okay, and so now I'm going to let him breathe again. Some horses have a tendency to hold their breath, and so you want to give them a minute to breathe. And I'm going to check again. If I got just 2 fingers, just a little taut like that, we've done well. I'm ask him to scoot over. There's the front. Okay. Now I'm going to take this center piece, and again I'm going to reach up underneath in between his legs. There's his in the center of his chest, and I'm going to hook it to the girth. And now you have a properly saddled horse. Happy trails!